Pretty wild.
Oh, it's been
Even
amazing.
seeing how the comedy scene has kind of started to flourish here and kind of like build it, like that little 6th Street way there is pretty wild.
Oh, dude, there's 5 full-time comedy clubs
Yeah.
right there.
I hung out with my buddy Roy yesterday, and I feel like I met like 4 or 5 comics just like standing around figuring out what we were gonna do.
It's the hub, and it's also, this is the most important thing, it's the hub for development of young people. It gives young people a real pathway, a real possibility. And we set it up that way on purpose. Like, this is the idea. It's like, you cannot have a sustainable comedy community without new members.
Yeah. Yeah, I find a little envy in that. Like, that's a little tougher in the like visual arts world, is because we're so fucking isolated. We're not like hanging out at the same spots all the time, and it's like that's how things used to be. Like back in the day, like the artists would all go to the same bar after they were done working for the day. And
right, like have an artist neighborhood.
Yeah,
and like LA had a bunch of neighborhoods where a lot of artists lived together.
Yeah, I mean, LA is a little bit different from, besides New York, than the rest of the art world. It's like if you're not in one of those 2 or 3 hubs, like you're kind of isolated. You're like outside of that realm, and we don't have that opportunity. I really like enjoy that aspect of the comedy community, to where it's like you see everybody meeting up, like they see each other every day, they hug, they talk over shit, they can like kind of workshop stuff with each other. Like having that ability is or like that community in that aspect is
it's
so powerful.
so nice. It's so nice. And so when you were there, it's like a perfect setup. Like Shane Gillis was there, Ron White was there, Brian
I got to talk with Ron for a while.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best. He's such a fucking character.
Yeah, so
Tony
funny.
was there. It's so we have this beautiful community, but it's also like the young people. The young people coming up, they're good, man.
Yeah.
They're good and they're hungry and they're focused and they realize that there's a real pathway. So because we set it up so we have 2 nights of open mic nights, which is really important.
Yeah.
Like you have to have chances for people to get on stage for the first time and just chances to just develop.
Yeah.
You just got a few minutes. You go up there, you tell a couple of jokes, try it again next week, try it down the street, try it over here, try it over there. And if you want to do it, if you really want to do it, there's a bunch of people that are also doing it here. So there's like a great community. And it's pretty fucking positive, man. Everybody's pretty, instead of being cutthroat and backstabby, everybody's real supportive. They're like,
Big
hey,
difference from LA, right?
Big difference.
Like I noticed just the sort of like every interaction I had while I was here for just 3 days just felt so genuine. Like not like somebody's trying to get something from you.
They're
or
regular folks out here.
Everybody just seemed like so laid back and chill and
they're
like, still
they're
focused.
regular humans. What we were dealing with in Los Angeles was some amazing people. There's a lot of amazing people in LA, but the overall vibe of the city was a vibe of you were trying to stand out from everybody else and get famous.
Yeah. You could feel it. You could feel it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, growing up in San Diego, like, I spent a lot of time in L.A., like, I could sense the feeling of, like, everybody, like, it felt like everybody was trying to do something.
Yes.
Like, every single person you saw on the street was up to something.
And then it got real weird when reality TV came along because you didn't have to have any talent. So it used to be you wanted to be an actor. And people that didn't have any talent in acting, you couldn't convince them otherwise. They thought they could do it. Everybody thought they could act because acting is essentially just talking. It's just pretending to talk when you know, like we know
so
the
many
words.
people do it so badly,
so bad, but they don't think they do, right? So it's but it's a thing that you can't discern. In a way, it's a little bit like comedy. Like you see a guy like Ron White tell a story on stage, and it's so effortless and hilarious that you think, oh, he's not even trying. I can do that. I tell stories. My stories are good too. And you think you could go do it because you don't understand what's actually happening.
Yeah.
It's just confusing you. It's tricking you.
Well, that whole routine, like the idea of like writing a monologue seems so obscure to me. Like, I feel like I can be funny in a scenario where it's like people are talking and you have something to bounce off of.
Yeah.
But to get up there and do a monologue by yourself, like that, it feels so alien to me.
To you, because you're smart. But to a dumb dude who sees that, he's like, I could do comedy. And so there was all these people that were just looking at comedy and also looking at acting as a pathway to getting attention.
Yeah.
And then it really got fucked with social media. So when I was leaving, but like a year or two before I left, I was already thinking about leaving. I was like, I got to get out of here. And then I remember I was at a steakhouse, and these people were there, and people were taking pictures of them. I'm like, what is this? And someone said, I don't even think it was a TikTok influencer. I think it was a Vine influencer. They're like, this is a Vine influencer. I was like, what does that mean? Like, what do they do? And it's like, oh, they dance. They dance around, and like people are here to say. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this is nuts. So it became another way that you could get famous. You could just get famous by doing pranks or being obnoxious or, taking your clothes off and yelling in traffic. Like, and so everybody was just trying to get famous. When you get out of there, you come to a place like Austin. There's this relaxation because they're just people.
Yeah,
all that's gone. No one here is trying to get famous. It's very rare that someone's trying to get famous. And then if you can insert a comedy community there that really values the process and the results of the art, that's what we're really all about. We're really all about killing. All that other stuff comes. The reason why Shane Gillis is the #1 comic in the world is because he works hard and he's really fucking funny, and the process yields an amazing result.
And he seems so sincere.
Super sincere. But the point is, like, he doesn't give a fuck about fame. Like, he's not trying to get famous.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not something that happened. Like, we were joking around. He goes, bro, fame sucks. Like, we were in the green room the other night talking about how much fame sucks in some ways. I'm like, you can handle it. You'll be fine. You're going to handle it.
Yeah, it's such a different experience. Like, as a painter, like, nobody really fucking knows what you look like. Most
they do
of
now,
the time,
bitch.
Yeah,
they do now. Oops, I spilled coffee. Oh, shit.
I mean, I've even experienced it a little
weird.
bit with, like, hanging out with you a couple times of, like, people coming up, and I'm like, fuck, this is so weird. Like, why do people act like this? Like,
they
around
don't know
celebrity.
how to act. They get weird. But that's the thing also that people like about being famous. They want people to be uncomfortable around them. They want to be extraordinary without even trying.
Yeah,
it's a weird thing, man. It's a weird thing that has existed with royalty. It's kind of the same thing. It's like this desire that people have to be exceptional and stand above everyone else for almost no reason. And the fame thing in Hollywood was the thing that was holding the art form of comedy back, too, because there was this velvet prison that existed, that if you were a good boy or a good girl and you drew between the lines and you didn't say anything too crazy, you could get a sitcom or you could get a TV show. You could host
I've seen
the
that
Tonight Show.
where people just, like, people who want to be actors take that comedy route.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
do,
and you
but
could see
also really good comics tone their shit down. They don't say what they actually think is funny anymore.
Yeah.
They say what they think they can get away with and still get a TV show.
Well, that's something that I noticed at the show of, like, having everybody's phones in the Faraday bags or whatever those are, like, allows people to be a little bit more honest and
It does.
and direct, or, like, really say what they want to say.
And more importantly, it allows the audience to totally lock in.
Yeah.
Because for a lot of these people, it's the only 2 hours of their whole life where they're not going to be on their phone.
No, I know.
Other than sleeping. When you're locked in and you're at a live show, it's so fun. It's so good. It's the correct move for everybody. It's a correct move because, of course, everyone is working on new material, and you don't want to get released before it's done because new material takes forever.
Yeah.
It's like it'll take months for a bit and sometimes it sucks at first, or it's offensive. Like something's wrong with that. And I gotta figure out a way that people are not mad because that's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And you could figure it out, but it just takes a bunch of different iterations. And if someone fucking videotapes it and puts it up, it's like they did with Louis C.K. when he first came back. It screws up the whole process. It's like you're ruining that for literally millions of people because it's eventually going to get on Netflix and people are going to see it, but it's going to take time. It's not a simple process, and we have to do it in front of people.
That's the interesting thing about that art form too. Like, you got to work shit out
And in front of humans.
Yeah, it's not. It's. I'm sure what like the writing process in your head feels so much different.
Yeah, there's a lot of processes. There's the on-stage writing process, there's the writing process in your head, and there's the idea process, which is the trickiest one. Because the most difficult thing with comedy really is coming up with a subject that's actually interesting to you.
Yeah.
Where you really find humor in it. And if those are the ones, when I can really find humor in something, like that's the ones that I dig into the most, because I'm enjoying the shit out of the whole process of uncovering all the ridiculousness. But it has to be something where I'm like, what?
That's how it is with painting too. Like I'm entertaining myself first.
Sure.
And then hopefully that connects with people somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's all together. I think tattooists are like that. I think musicians are like that. I think it's the Miyamoto Musashi quote. Once you understand the way broadly, you see it in all things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It is beautiful because I think you probably see it in the other things that you do. You see it in your art. You see it in jiu-jitsu. And there's people out there that they're seeing it in writing. They're seeing it in sculpture. There's a thing, whatever it is, that allows you to get really good at the thing that you love. That thing takes over while you're doing it, and you're almost not there anymore. You're almost like a passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when you know you hit the good spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm a big Bukowski fan,
Me
and
too.
on his gravestone it says "Don't try." Like that's the insignia, and then it's like a pair of boxing gloves.
Another guy, a famous drunk.
That's
right?
all of my favorite writers are self-destructive. I don't know why, but they are.
Oh, I found this the other day about Hemingway. Hemingway always thought that the FBI was trying to get him, and apparently they actually were.
Really?
Yeah, they actually were. He thought that he was. Here, I'll send this to you, Jamie. You saw it?
I saw it was like a meme going around the other day.
Oh, here it goes. The FBI investigated Ernest Hemingway for decades, with surveillance beginning in the 1940s due to concerns about his activities in Cuba and his associations with individuals suspected of communist ties. While initially dismissed as paranoia, it was later revealed that Hemingway's fears were grounded in reality, and the FBI did monitor him, even tapping his phones and intercepting his mail. The surveillance continued throughout his later years, including his time in the hospital, and may have contributed to his mental anguish and suicide.
Damn.
Yeah, you can't fucking... What about booze?
Yeah.
You got
And
drank
severe
every
depression.
day. Severe depression. 42 to 74, they studied him. What'd you learn?
That's wild.
What
But
crazy.
that's that thing. There's a meme or like somebody saying that like you have to beware of the artists because they associate with everybody. You know, like they're not just locked into like an upper class society. Like they're like even like where I was staying, like I made friends with like 3 or 4 homeless guys just out on the street that I just kept seeing around town from being around, you know? Like we associate with everybody. There's no like hierarchy of class.
Well, I think if you really want to be open, like really open, you have to encounter a lot of different kinds of humans.
Yeah.
You know, if you really like, especially if you're a comic, because you want to, or a writer, if you want to understand people, you have to interact with them.
Yeah, because especially as a writer, like you only have your own experience.
Yeah.
If you just write your own experience, it's just going to come off as like every character is you.
Exactly.
Like
How
to
would
put
you
yourself in the head of somebody else is
Yeah.
like you have to be open.
Yeah, you have to be.
And have like a certain form of empathy.
Right.
To even understand how somebody else feels.
But that's why there's the contradiction of the star comedian. Like, that's where things get weird. Like, the star comedian. Because if you're a star and everybody's treating you like, oh, Jerry Seinfeld's here.
Yeah.
Take the pictures. Like, you're walking the red carpet. And you're like, you got to be down with the people. You got to be in the nitty gritty.
Yeah, you got to find some trenches somewhere.
You better figure out the trenches. Because if you don't, and I think, if you think about, like, my favorite comedians, they were all self-destructive, too.
Yeah.
All of them. Richard Pryor, lit himself on fire. Like, that's about as self-destructive as it gets.
Yeah.
Kinnison, cocaine and alcohol, Hicks, lots of drugs, and then cigarettes till he got pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
They were all, at least some way, fighting some fucking thing inside their head.
Yeah. It makes me wonder, like, how much of it is, like, maybe that empathy is too much. Maybe you feel too much. You know, and you gotta kind of numb it.
There's just the stress of the job itself.
Yeah,
Like,
especially when you find success,
right?
because you got to keep that.
You got to also still be putting out new stuff.
Yeah.
So you got a chance to see me. This is all new stuff. All right, this is stuff that it wasn't on my Netflix special. So it's all in development. It's all like, and that process it's fun. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But like before I go on stage, I'm amped up. I'm pacing. I'm moving around. I'm listening to Nas. I got some music playing. I'm getting my dance on. I'm having an espresso. I'm fucking breathing. I'm like, I want to get ready.
That's why I always feel a little awkward in the green rooms. Like, I don't want to be too, like, I'll be like, hi,
Nah,
okay.
Listen, you're cool in the green room. You know how to handle green rooms. There's some dudes that are a real problem.
Yeah.
Some dudes that start telling really terrible stories in the green room, and you're like, oh my God, this is so boring. We got to get them out of here. But the green room is supposed to be just for comics, you know, and sometimes people will bring in people that are not supposed to be in the green room. And like,
I was actually telling a story about that yesterday when we were all at the American Comedy Co. in San Diego when Doug was doing that, Doug Benson was doing the Chronic Con documentary. Do you remember that?
not really.
It's a fucking long ass time ago. But some guy came in who, I don't know, like a fucking investor or like somebody associated.
Oh, he was coked up, right?
I don't know. But he grabbed a Bud Light bottle as though it was a bong. He was like, "Where's the weed?" And like he was gonna like smoke a bong load out of this Bud Light beer bottle. Dropped the bottle, broke it everywhere. Like made a fucking scene. Everyone's like, "What the fuck is this guy? Like, what is going on?" Like just the like way that people will act so fucking strange when they feel like, almost like they have to perform, but their performance is horrible.
Well, I don't think it's that. I think that guy was on drugs, I think.
Maybe.
And then also I think they get
It's in the
anxious.
documentary.
They get anxious, right?
Yeah,
People just get weird. They don't know what to do.
yeah, we're fucking strange.
There's a lot of fucking people that are barely keeping it together out there, dude.
Sometimes I think that's me, but just barely hanging on. You know?
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. But I think every artist feels like that.
Yeah,
Every artist feels like is one thing that they could do one day that's going to ruin their fucking life. They're always like that close to just it's all just like this keeping it together thing that you have in your mind, you know? And you have to have some process that you do that keeps you on the work and not on the self-destructive path.
yeah.
Because if you're a person that like maybe has a drug issue and you're fighting that off, and as long as you work all the time, like you're cool, like you're good. But then if you wake up late that one day and you're like, "Gosh, just fucking one hit, I'd
Yeah.
be good for just one little fucking." Woo! Just a little tipsy. I could stop. In the beginning, I was only doing it every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, I can just go back to just like moderation. I think it's good. You know, it really gives me a little pep up when I need it.
Addiction is
Maybe
a
your doctor
motherfucker.
gives you a little Adderall. Like, the
Yeah.
Adderall's good, but 2 pills is better. 3 pills is really, I get so productive. I think I'd get my company off the ground. If I could just really concentrate with these 3 pills. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're fucked.
And you're fucked. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's this balance that we all have, and it's not just artists; it's just people in life. It's this
Yeah, it's like
balance.
dealing with insecurities. Whatever the insecurity is, you could fucking mask it with, you know, some
Yeah.
drug or alcohol or whatever. Or you could lean into it and be like, okay, I feel this way. I accept that. What can I do?
I think the problem is the term insecurity, because like, good Lord, everything is insecure. Like the secure things, a lot of secure things are really boring. I mean, these secure things that are awesome, you know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of that's not what it is. It's uncertainty. Uncertainty is what freaks you out.
Yeah.
The options that are possible, the things the possible results, the variables, all the different things.
Yeah, and that's going to handcuff plenty of
gotta-
people.
but you got to learn how to handle that.
Yeah.
You know, I used to when I was teaching martial arts, I taught a lot of kids. And I had a lot of kids compete in tournaments. I really loved doing that.
Yeah.
I really loved it when they really got into it and they got better and I could see them improving and then winning tournaments. It was amazing. But I remember some kids would really struggle with competition. And I would tell them, that's because you're smart. And I go, you see these people that are not worried about this? They don't know what can happen to them.
Yeah.
They're delusional. They think they're going to be okay no matter what. But you're smart. You know that this is dangerous.
Yeah.
That's good. You got to use that. You got to just hang on to it, use it, and then get in there and you'll be fine. Once the fight starts, you're not going to be scared anymore, which is weird.
Yeah.
When the fight starts, then
Pain ceases to exist.
it's just happening. It's just happening, and it's all automatic, and it's all you have instincts and you have an understanding of the game, but you also have just dialed in technique. That's all it is. It's all about the execution of all the things you've practiced, and it all just happens. But the lead up is so bad. The anxiety before, when you're sitting in the locker room waiting for your time, you're like, fuck. And I would just tell them, I would go, you got to understand, this sucks, but this is just something, if you just can accept that this is here, accept that it's here, and recognize that this is a gift, and this is here because you're smart. And the reason why you're worried about all these possibilities is because you're intelligent enough to recognize that that's the thing.
Yeah, you're looking for the outcomes and then figuring out ways. That's kind of what I was talking about before, like predicting outcomes and figuring out solutions to problems that have yet to occur.
Yeah.
Like when you're thinking that far ahead, like it's a different chess game.
Yeah, and the dull-minded nitwits out there that don't have any fear. There's a reason they don't have any fear, because they don't have the capacity to comprehend all the possibilities.
Yeah.
So if some guy's like doesn't know how to fight at all, you've seen this 100 times on videos online, and he gets in someone's face, and that guy's like, bang, just cracks him. Like that dull-minded shithead, he is not the fearful one. He's not the intelligent one. The intelligent people are fearful. You should be fearful. It's good.
Yeah.
It helps you,
Yeah.
especially if you're about to do something difficult. And you should do difficult shit because it teaches you about yourself. And if you don't learn about yourself, you're always going to wonder. And that's the problem with like a lot of men in the world, a lot of chest puffy, a lot of like fucking really arrogant, aggressive people. Like it's because they don't know themselves.
Yeah.
So they're trying to impose a version of themselves on other people to be respected.
Yeah.
You know, you find this in these fucking like business CEOs and execs who are like really aggressive and they weigh 80 pounds. Like this is what this is. It's like they're finding a way to try to figure out who the fuck they are. They don't even know themselves.
And that's one of the things I fucking know myself. Like spent so much time with myself in like a clear sort of frame of thought, knowing my limitations, knowing what I've accomplished when I was even more limited. Like if anything, I think this whole process is.
Well, that's the difference. The process between an artist and, like, say, someone who wants to be famous or somebody who wants to be worshipped, someone who wants to be the head of a company or the president of the United States, or somebody who wants to be beyond reproach.
Nobody who wants to be president should ever be president.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. It should be. But then again.
Yeah.
You know, if you got like some truly benevolent dictator that we're all waiting for. We're all waiting for like the benevolent leader who's just going to take control of it, but do it for the people. You know, Marcus Aurelius, someone who just really, really does have the people's best wishes in mind.
Human greed is too fucking strong.
It's too strong. And anybody that's willing to go through that process, that brutal process, you know, like all the stuff that's in the news today. I mean, there's possible legal ramifications of things that happened in the 2016 election that we're hearing about today.
Yeah.
It's like these people are gross. Like
the whole thing.
It's the opposite of the Austin comedy community. So like if we had to choose a president of the Austin comedy community, it wouldn't be that hard. Like whoever wins is great. You know, if Shane wins, great. If Duncan wins, great. Who are you going to elect? Who cares?
Yeah.
Everyone's cool. But the presidential world is like, no. You have the backings of enormous military-industrial complex corporations, enormous amounts of money. Pentagon budgets beyond comprehension.
Yeah.
It's going to be $1 trillion this year.
And what does that even
defense.
fucking mean?
What does this mean? So like the ability to be at the helm of that, like there's going to be no cooperation with the left and the right, and you're seeing what happens when one group gets into power. What's the first thing they do? Like, what did they do when they got into power? They immediately went after Trump. They hit him with a ton of different fucking legal charges. Most of them didn't make any sense. All the crazy shit about overestimating his property in Mar-a-Lago. Like, that is the way they were using the law is like, oh my God, you people are gross.
Yeah,
on both sides. On both fucking sides.
The whole system is so fucking corrupted. Ugh. And it's so obvious. Like we're at a stage where like